All right, everybody, welcome to Wrestling with Reality. Hope everybody is having a great week. Hopefully, you all are doing wonderful. I am John, and of course, joining me as always is my partner, Mr. Richie Reardon. What's up, buddy boy?
What's up, brother, man? Glad to be with you tonight. It's been a stressful week. We're about midway through, and I hope everybody out there is having a good time. This is the time that we put all the negative energy in a box, send it the fuck away, and kick it with your boys and talk wrestling, man.
Man, and we're getting taken in by a little Marvelous Me right now. God, what a great theme song, huh?
Yeah, man. Hey, Rand, I'm sorry, John. I don't mean to. What's going on with Ahmed Johnson? I've been talking to Tony.
Drunk driver, bro.
Tony got hit by a drunk. I'm gonna have to message him, man. I talk to him all the time. He's a truck driver.
Yeah, he got hit by a drunk driver. Apparently, I don't know all the details or anything like that, but I just saw the headline earlier. I haven't been on the internet at all really today, so.
Tony's a good guy, man. When I was going through my personal stuff that you know about recently, he would actually send a prayer for me every night when I was going through it, man. He'd send me a voice message, a prayer, some positive note, whatever. He cares about his fans so much, and say what you will about him and his behavior of the past, the guy has turned it around, and how could you not root for that? So if you're listening, which I know you're not, Tony, but my prayers out to you, brother, and I appreciate everything you did for me personally too. Those prayers that you would send and stuff were very helpful. So
yeah, let's lift him up in prayer, man. That,
sure.
It's 100%. Nobody likes to see anything bad happen to anybody, and man's just out there trying to make a living doing his thing like the rest of us. So I hope he's in better
he's got his own
health.
truck driving business, and from my understanding, his wife, he's her caregiver. She's got a lot of issues in getting around and different health issues and stuff like that. So he's the breadwinner. So that's rough to hear, man. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I don't know the rest of the details of it, but hopefully he gets better soon. So prayers to Mr. Ahmed Johnson, Mr. Tony Norris, right?
Yeah, Tony Norris. Yep.
Tony Norris, prayers up for him, man. What's up, Ricky? You know what time it is. Let's fucking go, fellas. Best Attitude Era moments. Do we have time for a 24-hour show? There's so many. I love your energy, Ricky. You're great. You're
absolutely, dude.
Always got great energy every week, man. Hey, yo, it's time to never forget the name.
Get the muffins, Devon.
Oh, just get those damn muffins. Yes. Pillman Sr. for sure was a pivotal part of it. We are live from the Soul Wrestling with Reality Arena. Wouldn't that be a nice thing?
What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, Blackjack from
Good day, Blackjack. We haven't been seeing you consistently, man. We miss you.
Well, we hope you're doing good, and we're glad you're here tonight, man. Popping in to say good day. Can't stay as if I have something else going on. Have a great show. Thank you, sir. Know what you mean about a stressful week, dealing with neighbors from hell with drug problems, banging shit all the time.
Oh, man.
Looking at moving. Man, that sucks right there.
Yeah, mental health's a motherfucker, man, and drugs are even worse when you add those in the mix. So, yeah.
Do you live close to people in your neighborhood? Like, are you far away from people?
It's not like you're set up, like we're not on top of each other by.
Oh, I'm not. I not my house, no.
Yeah, yours is far apart. But mine is closer. It's like a regular neighborhood style. It's not right up on top of each other by any means, but it's not like we can hear them next door or anything like that.
I couldn't live in a fucking apartment or condo or on top of anybody. I mean, I'm not saying like I have like a big country yard or anything like I'd love to have, which I would, but I got maybe about 3/4 of an acre of land or whatever. And my house, it's on a few lots of land, which is nice. So I'm not right on top of anybody. And sure. I have good neighbors anyways. I could not imagine having to listen to some drugged out idiot banging shit all night, Plaza. So
yeah, that sucks, dude. That sucks.
Every time I stay at my lovely lady's house, like she lives in a condo, so you can hear every fucking thing from everybody in there. I couldn't do it, so
that sucks.
No thanks. Well, it sucks to hear about Tony. I hope it's not.
Yeah, it's rough, man. He's a good dude. I get that he didn't have in the Attitude Era. Ironically enough, we're talking about that tonight. In the Attitude Era, he didn't have the best attitude. In regards to thinking he was hot shit and stuff like that. And he admits that, man. I've had a lot of time to talk with him, and I'm blessed for that. It's really cool to get to talk to somebody. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was the biggest Ahmed Johnson fan, but I definitely liked the character and thought it was a powerhouse, and it could have turned into something huge. He did have a lot of momentum and could have went somewhere had he allowed it and got out of his own way. and he admits that, dude. He admits it a lot. So he's humble in the fact that he knows he made mistakes. So
he was a guy that really he was on the upward slide and was on the cusp of being a massive star, but for whatever reason, that attitude and that dissension with people just got in the way for him, man.
Do we have another Taz fan in the audience?
No, Chris is a good guy, man. I actually was on Chris's show about a couple of years ago, so he pops in from time to time. He's been privy to the rewind, I'm sure, before.
Where the fuck is Rewind, man? We gotta get.
Where is Rewind? Where the hell are
Rewind?
You? Come on, like where is he?
Yeah, and Jude,
he's got to be out there just doing deviant things.
He's flogging the shit out of somebody,
bro.
His birthday he's still recuperating from his fucking birthday party.
Birthday was like 3 weeks ago. That's the last time I heard from him.
Man, he's still eating that cake off the ass.
Oh, great Taz stats. What, you got some great Taz stats?
Great Taz stats, yeah. Jesus.
Let's ask ChatGPT. Here's a breakdown of him. His name is Pete Senaricha. Born in Brooklyn, New York. He's 5'9". He's 240 pounds.
I got a Taz stat for you. He fucking molested some chick at a goddamn massage parlor, and Rewind found the police report and believes me now. Flashed his dick at a 13-year-old.
Here's what ChatGPT says about him. He's mostly has a mid-card run with a strong commentary work later. He competed in the hardcore division in the WWE with the likes of rivalries against Jerry Lawler, Al Snow, and Kurt Angle. He was once ranked, Chris, the number 10 in the PWI 500.
Yeah, we went over that shithole of a list last time.
We ripped that shit apart last week. And the final stat is a good one for you, Chris. We have to keep this one. We've talked about it many times.
Thanks, I appreciate it, man. You have a good appointment at your doctor. Hopefully your health's going good, brother.
Yeah, we're praying for you, buddy. I hopefully get some peace there. Here's the most important stat for Taz, Richie. His finishing move, the Taz mission, is also called the Kata Haijime.
Oh, okay. Whatever the fuck that means.
We got you. All right. There's your Taz stats, courtesy of ChatGPT.
Yep.
Oh boy, Taz.
That's not saying much after the ChatGPT logo we had of John Cena the other week.
Hey, that John Cena was good. All right,
dude, he looked like a mutant. The jorts were spot on.
All right, let me give a little cheap plug for us. Go over and check out our TikTok, WWR Podcast 1 on TikTok.
You're putting some funny shit out there, man.
I am, and
I'm using SeaWorld shit had me rolling, dude.
With the natty eating the fish,
that shit looked real, man. The Trish Stratus one was like perfect.
I've been trying to tweak it a little bit when I have some free time. I've been having fun with it. So check out our TikTok, WWR Podcast 1. We get to 1,000 followers on there. We can go live on there too. And it's another step that we're trying to get. I think we've had about 230 new followers since last week, since I started posting on there, actually.
Nice.
And people love these AI images. So if you don't like them, go suck off. I really don't fucking care, because 90% of the people think they're hilarious. Yeah. So we have made Roman Reigns working at Burger King. We've made Kenny Omega and Dave Meltzer at the Jaguars game. Tony Khan is a mascot. Today's hit.
John Moxley serving hot dogs.
Yeah, serving hot dogs. Today's hit was Natty Neidhart working at SeaWorld eating a fish raw.
Ugh.
Somebody asked, Sean Fuller asked for a Natty one. So you get it, Sean. There you go. So there's a cheap plug. Check out our TikTok, WWR Podcast 1. Give it a follow, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Once we get to 1,000, we can go live on there. So there it is. Cheap plug for it. TikTok's a lot more fun than the other social media apps, don't you think?
TikTok's my favorite social media app of all time. I got rid of the Facebook. I got rid of the Twitter. I think it's very toxic. It's not good for relationships. It's not good for friendships. It's not good for a lot of things. And it's become a political toxic ball of shit. So I just love laughing, and TikTok brings a lot of laughter. A lot of good food recipes, a lot of good everything. So TikTok is a positive social media outlet. And I think that's why they were trying to ban it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's fun, man. I really do. I've never really played around with it much before, but I definitely want to see where we can go with TikTok a little bit, and hopefully get on that platform, and be able to go live on there. So,
Ricky, I actually have diverticulitis too, my friend. It is not fun.
Do you really? I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I do. And I have to take a lot of supplements for my gut health. This is a cheap plug for them. Take IB Guard. That's a peppermint oil. It distributes it to your gut, which is really good for your gut health and immune system and stuff like that. Yeah, man, get at me if you need any tips or whatever to make your life easier with this stuff. I've done a lot of research on it because I've lived with it for about 3 years now, and it's tough, dude. You gotta change your whole lifestyle, your whole diet. I went through a traumatic situation where I had a lot of weight loss from it, so yeah, I had to change my diet completely. So I used to be like 250 pounds. John will tell you when we first started this thing. And that shit melted off quick. Yeah. Had to change my diet around. I was drinking a lot of alcohol, eating a lot of bad foods and shit like that. And had to change my lifestyle around. So if you need any help, Ricky, you let me know. I will send you a list of things that I take daily to help myself out. So
you were about 50 or 60 pounds lighter now than you were when I first met you. And I'm about 15 pounds heavier than when I first met you. You got to love old age and how it works, right?
Yep.
I'll
share my cell phone number. I don't know if John's got your contact information. I'll share my cell phone.
Shoot me over a message on Facebook, Ricky, on the Facebook page. I'll get it to you privately. I don't want to throw Richie's info out there, but I'll throw you out that information. Just message me on the Facebook page, okay?
Yep.
And I'll make sure to hook you up with it. That's a hell of a disease to go through, man. It really
is. It's rough, dude. It's rough. It's things that you would have never thought you had to go through, and it's big part and to do with the processing of our food and how things are made nowadays and crap like that. It just destroys gut health. The chemicals that they're putting in food is criminal, and you don't know what you're eating, and you are what you eat. And I've learned that. So it's a huge lifestyle change.
Think about all of the people that suffer with it. As you suffer with it, there's so many people that suffer from that type of stuff right there. And think about athletes like Ricky had mentioned, like Kenny Omega and Brock Lesnar, who not only Brock got in a UFC ring afterwards. Did you get Ricky's stuff, Rich?
I did. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna delete it now just so it's not out there for anybody. Okay, he's got you, Ricky, and I'm deleting your numbers so nobody sees that. Okay. But Brock got in a UFC ring, fought was it Junior Dos Santos or Alistair Overeem or both after he had it, I think.
I think he
had Velasquez, maybe?
Cain Velasquez fight and Alistair Overeem, if I'm not mistaken. I think it started a little after the Shane Carwin fight.
Yeah. And, dude, getting in the ring with them in the UFC is insane enough. And then getting in after you've battled diverticulitis multiple times. And then go on and be performing, the WWE for all these years afterwards. Kenny Omega, let's give that dude some toughness credit, man. That dude was on death's door from what it sounded like. Yeah. And then death, they were saying don't come back from it at all. Don't do it. Dude came back from it too. And it's like he didn't lose a step, he's still as great as he's
something that can turn fatal if you don't get it taken care of. It can cause where you need to have operation done, surgery, where you get part of your colon removed, part of your stomach, and your digestive system gets removed. You could end up on a colostomy bag. I mean, if you're not careful and you ignore what the medical experts tell you to do, it can get pretty serious pretty quickly. And that's just the diverticulitis part of it. It's not the long-term effects of the I can't even pronounce the bacteria that's in your gut, H. pylori or something like that. But anyways, that's if you leave that in there, it could eventually turn into stomach cancer. So
jeez, dude.
It's really, really serious stuff that you got to get taken care of and under wraps.
Take care of yourself, guys. It's no fun to hear anybody going through that at all. Yeah. So take care of yourself, fellas, for sure. Follow those steps. Glad we could connect somebody to help each other out on that.
For sure, man. For sure.
Fun of what we get to do here.
Free, man. You just got to share it.
Yep. That's the beauty of what we get to do every week and get on with you guys and meet new people and, be good, positive helpers for one another and positive people in their lives, because that's what we're here to do, is have fun. Let's talk a little bit about some modern stuff. I sent you this last night. I haven't really paid much attention to anything going on with modern wrestling too much the last couple of weeks because I just been super busy. Mm-hmm. But Andrade came back to AEW last night. I got to ask you this, Richie. I'm not a fan of Andrade. I don't know. Maybe you are, and if you are, great. I'm not saying he's a bad worker or anything. This fucking guy must have such dirt on people wherever he goes for some reason. This guy goes back and forth, man. And for whatever reason, people still offer him a job. He sounds like a complete fucking cancer to the locker room. Apparently, allegedly, I'm giving it allegedly because We don't know for sure, but it's come out that he had multiple wellness violations with the WWE, and that was one of the reasons that they were not going to retain him anyways and continue on with
Steroid
him.
use?
They didn't say specifically. They just said wellness violations. So who knows what it might be. The guy's had a pretty checkered career of fighting with people all the time, wherever he goes. I don't know how he keeps going back and forth, because it's like as soon as he gets re-signed, he goes right back into obscurity for about another 9 months. And then he'll come back for a month or two and goes away again. Does he have something on somebody, Richie, that he's getting these jobs and getting paid this type of money? Because the dude ain't a fucking draw at all.
Andrade to me is the Alberto Del Rio of the locker room, right? Like he just can't keep his nose clean or stay out of trouble. He's just a magnet to the shit, and it's his attitude and stuff like that. I will say some of his work in NXT, I had really high hopes for him and stuff like that. I thought he could go in the ring. Like he's got a great moveset. He's got an exciting moveset. His personality's not there because obviously the language barrier and stuff like that. Like, so that's probably why he didn't transition over. Me personally, I was hoping the WWE was going to use him in the AAA area of things. I thought he would be a great asset to that. Unfortunately, that ship has sailed. He's back in AEW, which didn't really surprise me. The last run that he had with AEW, I think it was complicated by Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And being with her and being on separate entities altogether. The wrestling business and a relationship being together is hard enough, right? And then you're doing it on competing entity shows. That's a recipe for disaster for your marriage, in my opinion.
Well, then he had that big backstage dust up with Sammy Guevara or some shit like that. He got.
Do you think that was a work?
No, I don't think so. I think Sammy Guevara, as much as I think he can be very talented, is a fucking arrogant ass clown, and people probably in the back.
You admit it now. Do you remember all
He's the Spanish god.
Yeah.
Dude,
this guy, guys at home, like if you go watch
fucked with you though.
Oh my god, these two.
We would fuck with you unmercifully about it. You hated him
for the longest time.
He was our special surprise for Buddy Boy's 100th anniversary, 100th show. I got that fucking cameo from Sammy Guevara for him or whatever. You know, like
that shit was hilarious.
Oh, that was a funny one. But no, I mean Sammy Guevara is a heat magnet. That dude is just a punchable fuck. He has a punchable face to him. You know,
one of those in the suck hole.
Yeah, you know, and I gotta say this about Andrade. This is kind of the vibe I grab from him, but you know, like I gotta just say it here. Andrade has the type of person that probably doesn't fucking put up with anybody's shit, and is the type of guy that will probably fucking whack you in the fucking mouth if he doesn't like the way you talk to him, and he probably doesn't have a problem doing it. And he's a pretty tough guy too, from what it looks like, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I don't think he'd be a type of guy if I was in the locker room. I'd be one to get in a fucking beef with, because he's the type of guy that looks like a hothead, and that's why I don't understand why he seems to get welcome back. But I don't think it's racist at all, Ricky, man. No. Like 100%. Andrade and Del Rio are just fucking unlikable. Where has he been?
And I think that they're arrogant. You know, I think their arrogancy is their biggest crippling factor of their personalities. You know.
Oh, dude, I agree, Ricky. You seen this Daniel Garcia dope with that dance that he does? Oh, so fucking dumb. Yeah, Sammy's been buried away on Ring of Honor for 10,000 people to see it every week or whatever they get for there. And this is a good point too, Tony. They're gonna look past the violations on Andrade, but not Brock or Randy. They're the big time draws. Yeah, if those fucking guys are getting wellness tested and you think in a million years that they're fucking doing anything about it, if you're a big draw, man, you can pop hot all you want, I'm sure. You know, don't even worry about it, man. If you're bringing them big money, they don't fucking care. But do you think this is going to work out any better for Andrade? Here's AEW's infinite wisdom from what I saw, Richie. They put him in the Don Callis family, which I guess is a group of a bunch of people. And when I mean a bunch of people, if you think the NWO was watered down, Richie, somebody put up on social media today that this Don Callis group that Andrade just joined here last night on his miraculous comeback, you know, on Dynamite, has 14 members of the Don Callis family. Is that more blown up than the NWO? I think so.
I think so, but to even compare it to the NWO is a slap
There's
in
no
the face.
comparison. I'm just comparing it in size of bringing in bums like they
These
did in the
people can't
NWO.
draw flies to shit,
Oh
and
God.
they're laughing all the way to the bank, working for AEW and the paychecks that they're getting over there and stuff like that. They're not doing anything to advance the company at all.
No.
It's embarrassing, and to even compare them to the NWO is just astronomically just horrible.
The only comparison to the NWO is just the size of
I
them,
gotta
man.
wipe my tongue off even saying that. That's just horrible.
Scott Norton needs to join at this point. Scott Flash would he
Scott
would
Flash
destroy them
good
all.
shit here, Tony. Come on.
He
Anyway,
is, but let's be realistic. They made him to be the
back
bum
in
of
the
the
Ice
group.
Train days. Woo,
Oh
woo.
yeah, Fire and Ice, bro. That was
Fire
a
and
tag
Ice.
team, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
That was a him and Ice Train,
Theodore
baby.
Long. Yep.
Man, we just lost Ice Train this year, right?
Yeah, we did.
Oh
we did.
fuck yeah, I forgot about that, man.
Yep.
The fucking
Him
Ice
and Virgil
Train.
are upstairs having fucking meat sauce mafia, baby.
Bro, Virgil's dunking those breadsticks in heaven right now, bro.
All
It's
day.
unlimited, bro. No
All
cost,
day.
no nothing. Unlimited.
Yeah.
Unlimited salad, everything.
Absolutely.
It's the NWO 8-member short.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many they had at their peak. I do you think it's over 14?
It's over 14 for sure. Matter of fact, I have a Nintendo 8-bit shirt somewhere where it has every NWO character that was ever in NWO. I think it was like 32 if I counted correctly.
All right, I'm asking Chat GPT right now. Let's see if Chat GPT
because you got to count the New Japan ones.
Oh, fuck the New Japan. Well, I guess
you have to.
Let's see what Chat GPT
says. You're saying they added too many. You got to count the ones in New Japan. But
we never saw them.
We did.
We saw them like once in a fucking blue moon. They bring in Yuji Nagata or whatever the fuck his name was.
Nagata, the Moshihiro Chono.
Bro, you were right.
32.
Almost, man. You were close. So I stand corrected here. Between 98 and 99, the NWO had 30 official members. Here's the breakdown of it. They had NWO Black and White, which was Hogan, Hall, Nash before they split up, Eric Bischoff, Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner, The Giant, Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude, Conan, Stevie Ray, Vincent, Brian Adams, Horace Hogan. NWO Wolfpack eventually had Kevin Nash, Sting, Luger, Conan, Macho Man, Scott Hall. Even celebrities came in like Dennis Rodman. Dusty Rhodes was one at a point. Ted DiBiase was one. It says there were roughly 36 total members included throughout the period of time in the NWO, including
Disco Inferno.
Oh yeah, he's in there too. This is just what the ones they named. They didn't name every single one. With the revival of the NWO in 2002, they had 36 total members in it.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
But 30 when it was in WCW.
Yep.
Yeah, true. I forget Bullet Club, Jeremy, because I never watched it.
Bullet Club was one of the most underrated, I think, for their time. That carried the wrestling business for a while. The internet darlings and stuff, that really flared up people's interest again, because that was back when WWE was doing the guest celebrity shit every week. So the Bullet Club stuff was entertaining, and I wish they would have just kept it at the time where Kenny Omega was in it. Once they expanded it, made the Guerrillas of Warfare and all this other shit.
Shit that you forget.
Yeah, it just went to garbage.
Hey, thanks, Ricky. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks,
We're
Ricky.
glad to have you here, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
36 members in total from it, but 14 in today's day and age for Don Callis's faction. Here's your bright plan in AEW of what to do is to...
what was his name in the Attitude Era? Wasn't it Cyrus?
Cyrus the Virus, yes. Cyrus the Virus in ECW. And then I think he was the Jackal in the WWE.
Jackal, that's what it was.
He was with the Truth Commission.
The Truth Commission, Sniper and Recon.
Yeah, and Kurgan the Destroyer was in there.
Kurgan the Destroyer, yep. Those were the good old days. All
right, Jeremy wants to ask about how many in the Wolfpack or in the Bullet Club. All right, let's see.
How many Bullet Club members? I'm going to take a guess. I think there's been about 15 or 16.
How many Bullet Club members in total have there been?
15 or 16. Chase Owens was one of my favorites.
Here we go. I just asked it. Let's see.
He was an underrated one.
Bullet Club. Let's see. Great question. It's one of the most famous stables. As of 2025, there's been over 40 official members.
Holy shit.
The subgroups like the Bullet Club
Yeah.
OG, the Bullet Club Elite, the House of Torture, Gorillas of Destiny, Splinters, Bullet Club Gold. The extended number pushes closer to 50 names with these
Wow.
but 40 in the Bullet Club as
Fucking
well.
Haku was a Bullet Club member.
You know, I couldn't probably name fucking 5. Like,
I could. You could because they're all in WWE.
Cody Rhodes, right? Bucks,
Yep.
were they in?
Yep.
Finn Balor.
Yep.
Juice
Omega.
Robinson.
Yep.
Omega. Wasn't Don Callis in the Bullet Club too?
No.
Okay, so he was never there. Let me think. Because it was a New Japan stable, right? Wasn't Scott Tungaloa? Yeah, you had all Haku's kids and that whole clan. You know, there's yeah. Wasn't Scott Hall's kid in it too, or Davey Boy Jr.? Were they in it?
No.
Jesus, that's a lot, man.
Yep.
Here's a list of some of the names here. The founding members of the Bullet Club is Finn Balor. He's the founder of it. Yep. Bad Luck Fale. I have no idea who that is.
Yep. Bad Luck Fale. Yep.
Fale. Okay. Carl Anderson and Tama Tonga. They expanded, had AJ Styles take over as the leader. Luke Gallows. You got it. The Young Bucks. Kenny Omega. Cody Hall. Yujiro Takahashi.
Cody Hall wasn't it? I didn't know that. Cody Hall wasn't.
Yujiro Takahashi. Yep. The elite era of the Bullet Club was Kenny Omega, who took over for AJ, Cody Rhodes, Bebe, Adam Cole, Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, Chase Owens, and the Bone Soldier.
Yes, the Bone Soldier.
Who's the?
He's this Asian guy that looks like Bruce Lee that wears this like skeleton helmet.
Okay, interesting. Here's more. Jay White came in later on.
Jay White was a good leader. I think he was underrated.
Yeah, it says he was a leader from 2020. Yeah, to 2023, basically. Kenta, El Phantasmo, Chris Bay, and Ace Austin from Impact.
Yep.
Show Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, the House of Torture subunit of it. David Finley, who's the current leader. Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney.
What's up, Joey?
Kid.
Good to
Bullet
see you, buddy.
Club Gold was Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn. Jesus, that's a lot, dude.
There's a lot.
Man, everybody, that's a ton. All right,
thanks for showing up, Tony.
There you go. Don Fallis family, led by Kyle Fletcher. That's the guy. That's the one now. And you know they're going to turn on him, and they're going to do an Orton type moment on him. So
for sure.
I don't even watch the fucking show, and I can tell you that's what they're going to do.
What's going to happen? Yeah.
Dude, it's so obvious. It's not even fucking funny. It's going to happen soon. And I don't even watch the show. I don't even fucking know anything about it. They're going to turn on that kid. You can just see it. Forgot how watered down the NWO and Bullet Club got, handing out memberships like candy. Yep. Maddie and Nikki were in a Bullet Club. Hangman and Adam Cole were in too. Captain New Japan is Bone Soldier. Okay. Will Finn Balor ever get the title again? I don't think so. I'm
going to be honest with you. I want him to. You know, he never had a fair shake.
What do you think he'll ever get in, though, for real?
No.
Yeah, I think it's past.
Way past.
Yeah, it's a shame, too, because he's a talented fucking guy, man.
Yeah, he is.
The Jackal in the WWF and at WWF after Cyrus the Virus, and ECW was the guy from the network for TNN. Yeah.
The network, yep.
Speaking of Austin, whatever happened to Austin Aries? I think he was such an unlikable prick,
he
Ricky.
Fucked up really bad when he was in there, and he tried to jam Christy Hemi's face in his crotch when he came out.
Oh, that was it. Yep.
And they dropped him because of they were worried about sexual assault case.
I thought he was a great performer, but you could just tell
he
was
his
a
own fucking way.
Yeah, you could just tell he was a douche.
He was.
You know, and like we all know, at some points you get humbled at points of our life when we feel that way.
Yeah, and he's not even performing in front of high school crowds anymore. So it's like,
is he? I don't know. I've heard anything about him till you mention him right now, Ricky. I thought he was a very talented guy, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So they got no royalties from that merch. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. That's wild about that they don't get any royalties from it, because they're still cashing in.
That was a hot shirt that the NWO. I mean, the NWO members, the original ones, live off of the residual income from that merchandise. So you would think the Bullet Club would have been smart enough and took a page out of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash's book, but they didn't.
Boy, Finn Balor's getting fucking robbed on that one when he was the leader and creator of it. Like you said, Hall, Nash, and Hogan.
Finn Balor's merchandise is probably my favorite in the WWE.
Will we ever see the Demon again, you think?
I think we will at some point. I think it'll be the destruction of the Judgment Day, and I think Finn Balor will be the reason for it.
Interesting. All right. Interesting. All right, everybody. Let's any modern topics other than that. Oh, one quick one. Hold on. We didn't cover it last week. I don't think it might have happened after, but I can't remember. Rampage Jackson's kid finally got arrested. I think last week, man. They got Rajah.
Did he get arrested for that incident?
Yeah. Yep.
So they're charging him with what?
I didn't. Let's see. What did they charge him with? Let's see. Let's get the exact ones. Let's see. Here we go. He was charged with stemming back to the incident. The attack on Psycho Stu left him with facial fractures, multiple other injuries. He was booked on a felony charge. He was charged with felony battery.
Good.
Yep. Says the evidence was caught, videoed, and live streamed, went viral on social media. Stuart Smith suffered, that Psycho Stu suffered significant injuries from the assault, including trauma to his upper and lower jaw from the facial fracture, leading to hospitalization in the ICU. You think this kid's going to go away to jail?
No, it'll be his first criminal act. I think that he'll get off with, and who his dad is too, and the money that's behind them with Kick and all that stuff. They'll get him out on probation or something like of the nature. I don't think he's going away for any serious time if he does at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I didn't really agree with Psycho Stu either with how he acted. I don't think he deserved the receipt that he got. I think that was a little overkill. But I didn't really like what he did either. He needs to be a little bit more cautious the next time he wants to take a beer can that's whether it's gimmicked or not. Don't assume anything.
Let's see. He said Ricky said Psycho Stu said he wouldn't be pressing charges either. Yeah, I mean that's classy on his end.
The state picks it up even if you don't decide to do it.
That's in a case like this because it was so fucking mainstream and it went viral like that. That's that they have the right to charge people. Yeah, they have the right to charge them even if the person doesn't want to press charges. It's like if you
a complete idiot to do that, you could have severely brain damaged that gentleman. You could have made him mentally,
could have killed him.
God forbid you could have killed him.
I mean, the dude was defenseless. He wasn't expecting him to do that. He did it cold-bloodedly. He did it with premeditation. He was saying they were egging him on.
Malice for sure.
Yeah, 100%. There's no denying it. Even his father wouldn't deny it. Like when your old man sitting over there and not defending your ass and saying like, I got
no words.
Yeah, like Quentin was pretty apparently obvious that he supports his son, but what his son did was fucking stupid and it was wrong.
And he had the world by the balls, man. He was getting ready to start fighting.
Yep. Fucking sucks to see that people do shit that's dumb. Yeah, Ricky, unfortunately, I am a Mets fan. I learn all about pain and suffering year after year after year after fucking year being a Mets fan. Another ultimate collapse for us this year. But I love them, and I always stand by them. Never could I give them up. But by God, we took a fucking beating at the end of this season. It was pathetic. I like your Tigers, by the way, Ricky. Are you from Detroit? I think you told us before you're from Detroit. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I think you said that. You guys got a good team, man. I didn't see the score of the game today. Fill me in. You guys won against Cleveland. Hopefully the Yankees are losing right now because I hate them, but they won, so fuck me. So that doesn't matter. But the Tigers got a great team, man. Tarek Screwball, that dude can pitch. Do you like baseball at all?
Me? Yeah, I love baseball. I love the Diamondbacks. I don't watch for much else. I don't pay attention to much else, only the Diamondbacks when they're playing. And I just pray every year that they kick the living shit out of the Dodgers. So if they do that, that's the World Series for me.
Man, it would be nice. I don't want to see the Dodgers ever win either. I don't ever want to see them win. But enough baseball talk here. Most Mud Show guys already drool from the needless bump. Psycho Stu won't be any different. Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they won, but at least our Bills are winning, right, Tony? Let's go Bills. Hopefully they keep this up. Watched a video that AJ Styles wanted WWE to make an I Love to Beat Up John Cena shirt, and Vince said no, that it wouldn't sell. I bet you differently that it would have sold a lot, Vince. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it would have sold, and I think it would have done well. I just didn't like AJ Styles' run during that time. I thought it was kind of cheesy and shit. My favorite heel shit that he did was with The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he recently announced that he's going to be retiring very soon too. I think he said he might make it to WrestleMania. I think that's what he's kind of shooting for. But
Yeah, a lot of people are upset about that, but what y'all got to realize is AJ Styles has been going since WCW Nitro. So, you know, you got to think, man. And he was coming up in the beer leagues before that. So he's been
it
wrestling a long time.
I think he's like 46 or 47 now or
Yeah.
something like that. But this guy's beat the shit out of his body because, like
Yeah.
you said, anybody that's never seen AJ Styles early work, go watch the stuff that this guy would do. It
Yeah.
was
In
just,
those X Division matches and
oh
stuff like
man.
that, and the Impact, the Asylum years, that guy took years off his life with the bumps he would take. So,
I don't think I've ever seen a bad AJ Styles match for me that's like been like just so shitty or anything like that and awful. He's one of those guys that can pretty much make anybody look good in the ring, I think.
yeah, he can. I'll say this: there was a time where they were trying. I won't say that he had a bad match, but I will say that he had bad gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one where they were trying to make him like the Ric Flair protege, where he'd come
That
out
was
with it.
horrible, yeah.
That was bad, dude. That was real bad. And yeah, so he's had bad gimmicks, but phenomenal matches all the way through.
What's your
Sure.
favorite version of AJ Styles through the years?
Favorite version of AJ Styles? I gotta go with probably Bullet Club.
Interesting. All right. I got to go with one that might be a long shot to some people, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I watched all of TNA. I've never been the biggest TNA guy, but everything I've ever seen, I've enjoyed. The little bits of time I watched it, I do know a good part of their history. I've always kind of somewhat followed it, through
Called
the
the house
majority.
that AJ Styles built.
My favorite version, though, Richie, is the Evil Ways AJ Styles when
Yeah,
he came back doing that shit, man. The
yeah,
darkness of it, and then when he eventually came back and became the phenomenal one again. I
yeah,
love the Evil Ways song that he came out to as well.
yeah,
It's an extremely underrated era for him that I think people don't give enough credit to, and
yeah.
I like the Evil Ways stuff, but phenomenal AJ. I didn't think I'd like him in WWE at first, and I grew to really like him
Really
in
enjoy it.
WWE even more. He's had a
Yeah,
hell of a run, so I'm glad to see that he's going out on his own, on his own choices. And if anybody deserves it, it's him. I know he doesn't want a Cena run or isn't going to get one, but if you talk
yeah,
about a guy that's given so much to the wrestling business that's not named John Cena this year, that's going to be going, it's going to be AJ Styles to me.
yeah, for sure, man. It's gonna be a sad day when he hangs it up, but a beautiful career. Beautiful career, phenomenal career. Um, God, if he would have been in WWE the whole time, that's all I got to say is if he would have just been in WWE the whole time, we would be saying, multi time world champion. So,
Yes, sir. You are definitely spot on that one. All right, guys, let's get to the main event tonight. Unless you got any more new news you want to talk about, anything else
no,
that's new
no,
in your
that's it.
mind?
That's it.
So tonight's topic of choice is going to be the Attitude Era. We're going to discuss the Attitude Era tonight, the best Attitude Era moments.
God, look at that Chat GPT. Stone Cold's looking like dude, this is pretty bad.
He's looking great. Come on, leave Stone Cold alone.
He's looking like Bret Hart and Goldberg had a baby.
No way. He looks great on this one. I thought ChatGPT did a good job
That's
on
Stone
this
Cold
one.
if you drink Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I like the Mick Foley one right here too as Mankind. Have a nice day, Richie.
Yeah, that looks like Ron Jeremy in a Mick Foley mask.
Oh, I'm a fan of it. I love this shit, man. It's so funny to see what they concoct. Yeah, it's always hilarious to see what
nothing will beat John Cena's ogre face you had.
No, I can beat it one week. I can beat it one week. I use it week after week because it's just fucking hilarious now. So I'm gonna keep doing it because it's fun. And it's a good one. But best Attitude Era moments. So let's first go to, some people get this confused. People seem to get confused that with the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars often. They think that, the Attitude Era was the Monday Night Wars. It's not. The Attitude Era was the WWF's version, WWE now. WWF's version and what they came up with. We all seen the eras of WWE through the years. There's tons of them. The Golden Era, Hulkamania era before that, the New Generation, the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, so on and so forth. All the crap that they came out with later, they're the forgettable ones. The Attitude Era is not. It's the WWE's version here. So That's what we're talking about tonight. The best Attitude Era moments. Like Ricky said earlier, you could go on and on about this fucking topic because there's so many good ones out there. Yeah. So many funny things. Maybe I'll play a clip or two tonight. We want to hear your thoughts in the comments too. And if you want to jump on with us and you want to tell us what you think, what your favorite moment is, I'll put a link out. Please feel free to come on. We'll bring you on really quick. You can tell us what your favorite moment is if you want. So I'll throw the link out there. If you don't, just type them in. No problem. No worries. I'm going to kick it off to you first. Sure. What's one of your favorite Attitude Era moments?
Well, it's one of my favorites, but I think it's one of the most important moments in wrestling history. I think it's one of the most important moments in WWF history, Attitude Era history, Monday Night Wars history, because it started to shift it started to shift everything into motion into the Attitude Era. And that's when Stone Cold Steve Austin was born, Austin 316 at the King of the Ring in 1996, which is literally right before they consider this the Attitude Era. But I feel like that's when it started. That was when the gunshot that the world heard was Stone Cold doing the promo on Austin 316 at the King of the Ring versus Jake Roberts. Who could forget that iconic moment? Austin 316 says, "I just whooped your ass." And a star was born, man, and a fire was ignited that lasted years and years till this day. When that glass shatters, it all sparked from back at that moment, you know. So to me personally, that was a huge moment. That was the day that my hero in wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin, was born. So
Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." Yep. APA was great in this era too, Ricky. You know, come on. If people didn't like the APA and what the funny shit and the backstage segments, and then they just would come to the ring and absolutely abuse people. I mean, come on, APA, that was some awesome shit. But like you mentioned, the whole Austin moment, man, when he said everything like that, and he transformed himself. I mean, come on. Like, if you don't love that moment and realize the major implications that it had on wrestling history, I don't know what to say for you. It's like the NWO for WCW coming in and getting formed. Like, there's the start. I mean, and there's so many other things that happened afterwards. I'll give you one. There's going to be a lot of Stone Cold, I think, on here, and I see you in the back there. We'll get to you in just a minute. We'll let you come on and tell yours in the back, Jeremy, in a minute. But I got to go with anything Triple H, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, their massive feuds that they had. Come on. That was some good stuff.
You want to talk about some wars and what legitimized Triple H as a legit tough guy and people believing that he was the game and he was that damn good. There would be no Triple H, honest to God, and I'm not just saying this. There would be no Triple H. There would be no legendary run of his career without Mick Foley. There wouldn't be. He was the brown-nosing, that horrible fucking gimmick he had before DX. Where he was basically the horse trainer, and shit like that. The gentleman Triple H, Hunter Hearst.
The horse trainer.
Yeah. I mean, it was fucking horrible. And, he was legitimized literally through the wars with Mick Foley in every stage of his career, whether it was that Royal Rumble match that they had with Cactus Jack, or the countless hardcore matches that he had with him. Just, no holds barred, all of it, dude.
What was your favorite match that they had between Foley and Triple H?
My favorite match between the two was the Royal Rumble. Was it Royal Rumble or No Way Out? Royal Rumble was considered his retirement match, right?
The street fight, are you talking about?
No, it was the Hell in the Cell.
Okay, the street fight was in Royal Rumble 2000.
Okay, so the Hell in a Cell where he back body dropped Cactus Jack through it with the flaming barbed wire bat up on top.
Yeah, I think that was the February pay-per-view, right? The No Way Out or something like that.
I think it was No Way Out.
Yeah.
So you guys correct us if we're wrong. Zarahari, I'm sorry if I'm saying it. Welcome. Yeah, Zaharia, welcome to the show.
Hi, Zari. How are you? I'm sorry if we said your name wrong. Our apologies. Zahario, Steve Austin, WWE Raw, WrestleMania. Absolutely. Richie, let's bring on Jeremy now. Jeremy, hit us with one of your favorites Attitude Era moments. What's up, buddy?
Well, one of mine is that man 316 says I just pissed my pants.
Dude.
With the gun?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. You know how many people called the cops that night? Like, legit thought Vince McMahon was gonna get shot on air. Like, Jesus Christ, that was a good time, man. That was even me as a kid. I remember watching it with my brother in our bedroom and stuff. And our parents didn't let us watch wrestling, so this shit was like comical. When my dad walked in and caught us watching it, and this moment was playing where Vince pissed his pants, my dad laughed and just walked out. Like,
so it's such an iconic one. What about Jeremy? You brought up Vince and Stone Cold and some of their funny moments. What about the bedpan when he gets cracked with the bedpan by Austin?
Yep.
And he fucking drills him, okay?
Not to mention the enema that he jams up his ass.
And Vince is like just screeching when he does. Ah!
Yep.
Oh,
another favorite moment I had.
Hit though. That was Vince's real skull, folks.
Yep.
Just right on his head. Sorry, Jeremy. Go ahead.
Another moment I like, it's more of a serious one, is when The Rock came back and joined the Nation, and he bet on himself.
Yeah.
And he cut that promo saying, you know, it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a I'm gonna kick your ass thing.
Yep.
And
boy, did he transform himself, huh?
Kudos to him, because I mean, say what you will about, you know, him being a part-time and movie star and stuff. Yeah, look at the guy's WrestleMania resume alone. He beat Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and John Cena.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty nice laundry list of people to say you worked with, huh?
Mm-hmm. He could
Joey,
have
the link is in the chat, man. I'll put it out again for you, Joey. Hold on. All right, there we go. Hold on, Joey. I'm going to throw it out there. I have no idea what you're saying, Zaharia. Sorry, dude.
Then,
I don't know whatever you're saying there, man. It's all good. There's the link, Joey. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Always loved the bar fights the APA had at Tim Watt's bar.
Jesus, what the fuck is this guy saying, bro?
I don't fucking know.
I love you too, Zaharia. I think you're rewind in fucking Swahili, but that's cool.
Hey, whatever, man. If you love
us,
you
too,
love us.
brother.
What can we say? Welcome. So, Scott Hall. Moving on. Scott Hall, it is.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, brother, thanks for sharing some of your moments, buddy. I appreciate it. All right.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later.
All right, we'll see you later, brother. Sorry, Jeremy. Thanks, man. Always good to have Jeremy on, man. Good.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jeremy, hop back in. We want to hear some more of yours. Type them on in. Richie, give me another moment for you, man. Give me another big moment from the Attitude Era that you love.
Yeah, so for me personally, I had it written down here. I got to say that, you know, another moment that was huge and impactful for the Attitude Era was probably the Montreal Screwjob. The whole Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart thing is still talked about to this day. If you go to Canada and you have Shawn Michaels come out, they still, to this day, will chant, "You screwed Bret." Generations of fans that weren't even alive probably will still chant, "You screwed Bret." You know, so this was one of the most real, in-your-face, first time that WWF at the time lifted the curtain and you saw behind the scenes a real feud play out on TV. Legal issues spilled over because of this, contract negotiations. There were wrestlers that legitimately walked out on WWF because of what happened to Bret Hart. Mick Foley almost quit WWF because of what happened to Bret Hart. And Scott Hall, to his deathbed, still thought that was just a work, you know? So nobody knows really if it was a work, if it was real, if it was any of it. And I think the lore and the discussion and all the factors around it made it really interesting, and it still to this day just steals your fucking mindset and you get lost in that rabbit hole. Was it a work? Was it a real dispute? Was Vince McMahon sending Bret Hart over to destroy WCW? I mean, you could go down the list. I mean, it's crazy. So
that's a great moment, though, man. You know, it like you said, you got a real glimpse behind the scenes. I mean, we're still talking about it 28 fucking years later. All right.
Yeah.
Like, we're still talking about it for 28 friggin' years. Ricky's got a good one here, and then I'm going to bring Joey on. Kane's debut, Kane and Undertaker, had the greatest feud of all time. I feel like it felt so real. Good pick on Kane and Kane's debut, and then Kane and
Dude,
the Undertaker's
up
feud.
until my teenage year, I was probably 13 or 14 when I found out they weren't real brothers. So, I mean, they had me for a good long while.
Rand, are you saying the Kane debut was New Generation End and Road to the Attitude Era? Is that what you're saying for that? What would that have been, 96 or 97?
97, I believe.
So
it was King of the Ring, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was King of the Ring because they were doing what type of it was a Hell in a Cell.
It was a cage match. Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Yeah, because he ripped like the part of it off or something like that. Yeah, to get in. Boy, that's a good point.
It was Mick Foley. It was Shawn Michaels versus the Undertaker.
Yeah,
in the first Hell in the Cell.
And that's where Shawn got hurt extremely bad, or even more with his back than he had already been in. He was already in really bad pain, and that was like
that casket match was the end of it for him. I mean,
he took a beating in that feud.
When he caught his back on that corner. But there's even conspiracy in that. They think that it was because he was a drug addict that he had to he couldn't compete anymore. So a lot of people think that he didn't even have a back issue. It was just drugs. But I tend to believe it was a back issue for sure.
Yeah, but, so that's 97, man. So that's Attitude Era right there. Yep, the Montreal Screwjob. Bad Blood in Your House was Kane's first appearance. All right, so Bad Blood.
Okay,
there we go.
Bad Blood. It was the cage match. Yeah.
All right, let's bring on Mr. Joey. Joey, what's up, man? How's it going?
All right, how are y'all?
We're just having
a Steve Weiser for the video or for the episode. So,
Bro, Zaharia here is having a fucking couple Steve Weisers themselves, I think, too.
Yeah, this guy. I don't know what's going on over there.
Man, I don't know, but it is. I think Zaharia
welcome, friend. We'll take
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
So, Joey, give us one of your favorite Attitude Era moments that we haven't talked about.
I would say when the New Age Outlaws threw that dumpster over the ramp.
Good one.
Dude.
Yeah.
Flight 666. Yep.
Uh-huh. And just the whole New Age Outlaws thing overall. I liked how Billy Gunn and Jesse James were able to reinvent themselves and actually get over. I mean, I dare say they were more over than DX was at the time.
They didn't need DX.
Yeah, DX needed them. So
DX needed them.
So that's what I thought.
He was coming from being rockabilly before that, and then he was being double
roadie.
Yeah, the roadie, or he was. I think he was teaming up with K Quick or something like that at the time.
No, that was after.
No, it was. I mean, I'm talking about before New Age Outlaws. They were doing K. I know they went in TNA, but I believe they had a tag team in WWF too before he made it mainstream. They were literally both on the cusp of getting canned. Start this tag team, and the rest was history. And they became arguably, I would say, probably one of the most popular tag teams of all time. Would you guys agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I would say that if their drugs and substance abuse didn't get in the way, they probably would have been one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
And if you ain't down for that, we got 2 words for you. That's right, Ricky.
Yep.
What about another one? His would one more, Joey.
I'm gonna say when Paul Bearer and Jerry Lawler were making jokes about Undertaker's mom. And Undertaker comes out and beats the shit out of Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That shit was hilarious. Forgot about that.
I did too. Jesus. I got to go back and rewatch it.
In the background when they had that
Jerry Lawler was ruthless.
Dude.
To everybody. The shit that he said about that in that instance, like you had said, and then even if you go farther back, when he did this stuff on Bret Hart's parents.
Dude. Oh my God. Jerry Lawler was brutal, man.
Oh God.
Paul Bearer is like, yeah, little Taker comes in, he sees his mom bumping uglies with Paul Bearer.
On the cold dead slab.
Oh Jesus. Oh. Good memories, Joey. We appreciate you.
He was.
Yeah, those are great ones, man. Thanks for coming on tonight, Joey.
Appreciate
it, thank you. I'll see you
later. Yeah, we'll see you later, buddy. Stay on and keep watching with us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, buddy. Good to see Joey doing well, man.
Absolutely.
Those are some good ones that he had. Those are ones that you aren't really like ones that you think of right away.
You gotta really be a wrestling fan to remember that shit.
Like, yeah, that's why I always say, like, if we're ever wrong on an answer and don't have Chat GPT to ask, for an answer on something close anymore, like we just have to throw it to you guys, and you guys are so knowledgeable in different ways. So, like, you can tell they're true wrestling fans when you bring up some of those moments because, like you said, there's things that you forget. Somebody mentioned earlier, and I think it was Attitude Era, but it was the Kai and Tai stuff with the choppy ear PP of
Dude, I
Venus.
got I've been blessed to get to know Val Venus, Sean Morley out here in Arizona because he lives in Scottsdale and runs a dispensary out here. So I've got to meet him. I've got to hang out with him and talk to him and stuff like that. He said that shit was some of the funnest stuff he ever did in his fucking career, dude, and that he could not quit laughing when they recorded that skit. It's just fucking hilarious. That was probably one of his favorite moments of all time. So
it was in 1998, and it took place at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California, and it had Yamaguchi-san finding Val Venus and having Kai and Tai simulate cutting off his dick.
Yeah, it was his idea too.
Oh, it was a great idea.
Yeah,
that Val Venus character of that time frame was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
So
he was another one that was ahead of his time, you know.
Yeah, another one that maybe got in his own way a little bit too sometimes, but he had a lot of talent for sure.
Yeah, he did.
A lot of talented, smart guy as well. Very, very, very. No matter if you believe in his views or not, he's a very intelligent guy, and he has his own
big time stoner too.
Oh, huge! Isn't that his job in the marijuana industry?
Yeah, and he makes cannagars out here out of rose petals and 24 karat gold dips them and shit. Like,
interesting.
Dude is creative in the marijuana industry for sure.
Very interesting. So he's selling gold stained weed.
Yep, and they're made with rose petals, and I will first-handedly tell you they are exquisite.
What do they go for?
I think he sells them for $120, but they're huge cannagars, dude. Like, they're thick, huge cannagars.
Like, what's the weight of that amount for that price?
I'd say there's probably 3 or 4 grams in them.
Oh, that's some expensive fucking weed, bro.
Yeah.
That's some expensive fucking weed right there. I'll just say that.
You got to think that it's being rolled with rose petals. It's not,
Very
not to say that I'm trying. I mean, this is a family show. I'm not trying to influence kids to do.
No, this is not a family show.
It's not a family show. You're right. Rewind's on here most of the time.
Come on, he's talking about whipping chicks and eating cake off of their ass. All right.
Rewind's gonna be flogging your wife and shit. Like, that's not good.
You can say whatever you want on here. And let's be realistic. Marijuana is legal in just about every state in the United States, at least right now. So it's not like you're doing anything illegal. So unless you live in a state where it's illegal, then you would be. But it's legal in Arizona, right?
Yes, completely. Yeah. For recreation or patient use.
Yeah, same here. Well, that's some expensive friggin' weed, man. But if I'm ever in the Arizona area around here,
when you come out, we're gonna go talk to him, and meet him, dude.
Please let's go and toke up a little of that because that sounds
with
pretty
Val
good.
Venus. Yeah,
he might be. I don't know, Joey. We can't ask Rewind because he's disappeared on us the last few weeks. He's been.
You think Rewind's ever been in a mortuary and kind of hung around there like Paul Bear?
Wow. Man, that's a good question.
I don't want to know. Let's not.
I don't think he's that dirty. Do you? Well, I don't know.
Dude, some of the
fucking stories this guy has told through the years.
And I'm hoping that with him, you can tell in his face, like, I would say a good 96% of it's true, maybe 4% embellished. Like,
I'm going to go even further. I'm going to say it's about 99.5% true and about 0.5% just stretched a tiny bit. I'm just going to go throw it out there. Yeah. Didn't he almost get murdered because he was banging one of the members of the cartel's sisters or some shit,
Something like that. Yeah, she got kidnapped or something.
Yeah, she got kidnapped. No, I'm not laughing at the kidnapping.
No, you're all laughing at it. Yeah, you are.
I'm not laughing at the kidnapping. I'm laughing. I remember now how he
was like telling us one where like the chick's husband died or whatever. So like he went on a date. She brought her baby and like she threw a coffee at his head. Oh,
the reason you're the cartel one was because when he told the cartel story, it was just so out of the fucking blue.
Yeah,
he started telling that story about the kidnapping and shit and going on with it about how it linked up with some chick he banged, or she was a chick that he banged that eventually got kidnapped,
or the random bitch that he was flogging in the fucking woods for 2 days straight.
Do you think Rock was overrated in the Attitude Era, Richie?
Dude, how do you say The Rock was overrated in the Attitude Era? Like, he was the blue chipper that turned into one of the biggest megastars on planet fucking Earth. Everybody knows The Rock on almost the same level as Hulk Hogan. I mean, you can't talk to anybody in Hollywood or
His
about
name's more
movies
over
or
than Hogan's now, bro.
yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, he's involved in it. How can you say if anything, he's underrated?
The Attitude Era, dude, and we respect your opinion too, and
Yeah,
we're
I'm
not
not
knocking
saying you're
your.
wrong. I'm just saying what's your basis on what you're
Yeah,
saying?
what's the logic behind that? Because let's be realistic. The Rock's performance in the Attitude Era is what parlayed him to the next stage of his career, which parlayed him to where he's at now, where the
Okay,
guy's
let me
worth.
just stop for a second. I'm not trying to be rude, but Zaharia, I get you're enjoying our show, man, but please don't blow up our feeds with random shit. I mean, I'm trying to keep track of what people are saying here. So
Yeah,
be respectful, and if you want to participate, cool. Just kind of makes sense, buddy.
yeah, he was just putting time out there because he's being annoying now. But
Yeah,
he's been putting time out. You can come out of timeout if you stop being a fucking dope.
yeah.
Paul London hates the Attitude Era. In his shoot, he said, "Thank you, Attitude Era, you bunch of." I'm not going to say that word because he blames it
Oof.
for
Okay.
bringing in guys who use wrestling as a backup plan because they failed at everything else. Well, what would that make him?
Yeah, Paul London. The only thing I ever liked
Yeah.
him do was the Lucha Underground stuff, and he didn't even get to finish it. So
Yeah, what did he ever do other than
I mean, he was a tag team champion with Brian Kendrick. Kudos.
Austin or Rock here? Yeah, kudos is right. Austin or Rock, who's better?
Austin.
Yeah, I got to go with it too.
Better worker, better storyteller, better on the mic, more organic, move to more merchandise. I could go down the list. Austin is better as a professional wrestler. As an actor, The Rock all day long.
Doesn't make The Rock overrated though, because Austin was better. So
yeah,
and that's it. It's not like he was leaps and bounds above him in any way either. They were very close in many ways.
They were the yin and the yang to each other for a lot of years.
If they didn't have each other, do you think that their careers would have been as good?
I think Stone Cold would have had a good or great feud with anybody. Anybody he got in there. He was that good of a storyteller. He was that good at connecting with the crowd. Stone Cold could have did it with anyone. He could have did it with a fucking mop and made it one of the most entertaining things on fucking TV. That's how good he was. The Rock, if The Rock wasn't ever The Rock and Stone Cold's career would have hurt it, absolutely. But I think Stone Cold would have been as successful even if The Rock wasn't involved. There was no stopping that freight train of Austin 316 at all.
It was inevitable, right?
It was inevitable.
But The Rock definitely helped take his career to the next stratosphere too.
They helped each other in a huge way. There would be no Rock without Austin.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me give you another one here. I'll lean off some of the mainstream ones that we talk about a lot. We'll cover probably a couple more of them before the end of the show. But I got to go with my next one. It's going to be one of my favorite all-time performers. Loved him in WCW. He was fucking hilarious in everything that he did. He is still going to this day, surprisingly enough. It's amazing to see, and probably is going to be going back to WWE here shortly as well to finish up his career. And one of my favorite Attitude Era moments was none other than Chris Jericho, Mr. Y2J, debuting on Monday Night Raw and having that epic fucking back and forth with The Rock, holding his own too. Let's be realistic, holding his own, and probably in many people's minds, I would say, probably beat The Rock on the mic in that exchange. And he had one hell of a debut. I've always was a Jericho fan, and when he came over, I remember seeing it as a kid, bro. I was stoked to see Chris Jericho in the WWF. What about you? What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I loved Chris Jericho in WCW with Ralphus, with, forgetting his way to the arena, all that stuff. I always thought that Nitro and Eric Bischoff as a whole didn't utilize Chris Jericho in the way he deserved. So when he came over, he had something to prove. This was make it or break it for his career because he bet on himself, and he left his comfort zone and a guaranteed paycheck in a mid-card spot in WCW. So he left that, stepped out of it, and bet on himself, and it paid off in a huge way. I mean, you're seeing Chris Jericho still to this day running crazy, doing all kinds of gimmicks, reinventing himself, and betting on himself again when he left the WWE when it got stale for him. So that carried him a long way, and he is he's a true icon and legend, and I don't think Chris Jericho gets enough flowers for what he's done. As much as he has done, I mean, he was the first undisputed world champion. I mean, you could go down the list with him even and see all the people that he affected in his career. Triple H's comeback, I don't think would have been as special as it was had Chris Jericho not been undisputed champion during that time frame. It was the perfect storm for him. But yeah, you know, all the epic promos he had with Stephanie McMahon,
So good.
the great feuds he had with Kurt Angle, the epic matches for the Intercontinental title with Chris Benoit. You know, I mean, Chris Jericho is that damn good, you know, and I don't think he gets the flowers he deserves.
Couldn't agree anymore, bro. What a great debut it was, and he's still going to this day. Talk about longevity. Chris Jericho's he's the example of that for wrestling. This guy's still going, and I don't think he's going to stop for a couple more years at least. I think he's still going to keep going. So great moment there. Give me another one of yours, please.
So for me personally, the one of the moments that was one of the coolest things I ever seen, and you're gonna have to dig deep. I don't know if people remember this or not. It's another Austin moment. That's gonna be plugged in my shit that I bring up tonight because he's my goat, dude. You know, and it was one of the times that I was probably on the heat level of you when Hulk Hogan turned on his fans. It was when Stone Cold had the first blood match with Kane. And the Undertaker came out and struck him in the face with the fucking steel chair and busted him open. I don't know if you remember that. They were in a steel cage match with Kane and Austin. It was a first blood. And Austin lost the title to Kane at the pay-per-view and then won the title the next night on Raw when he did the rematch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was so pissed when the Undertaker did that because Undertaker at the time was one of my favorites too. So... when he did that, it was just like, what the fuck, man? So, yeah, that to me, I think it was King of the Ring, if I'm not mistaken, that Austin went against Kane in that match. So,
good picks there.
Yeah.
Did Undertaker and Kane have one of the best feuds of the Attitude Era?
It's the greatest wrestling story ever told.
And they could probably still do stuff with it to this day. You know,
and people would still sit there and watch it.
Yep. I know we talked about him earlier, but just got to reiterate the point. One of the best storylines, WWE Attitude Era, hands down, was the stuff with them.
Yeah.
And I challenge you to find much better stuff and better feuds during that era.
Pick a more drawn out storyline that played into itself over and over and over again. It didn't matter if it was American Badass Undertaker. It didn't matter if it was Dead Man Undertaker or whatever. Those two's careers intertwined was perfection in wrestling. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, Jeremy says it was the Foley and Taker Hell in the Cell that same night. Crazy, right?
Yep.
Crazy. Notwithstanding the accident, the Blue Blazer angle was entertaining. I loved the Blue Blazer stuff too till they did it. I'm not saying he needed it. I just thought he played it really well and had fun with it.
I'm glad he had fun with it, but that was to me that was a waste, and I felt like it was a punishment, much like Stardust was for Cody Rhodes and different things like that. Like I almost felt like that was a punishment for Owen Hart because of Brett going to WCW and stuff like that. So I don't know. I got mixed emotions on that shit, especially after you watch Roddy Piper's promo that he cuts on Vince Russo and TNA and stuff. Like, you get the feeling that Vince Russo was putting him up there, and it just didn't have to happen the way it went down, you know? So it's just my opinion.
Good points, man. Good points. Yeah. All right, we'll do two more each before we close out for the show for the night. So I got to go with probably my second favorite one of all time, and I know that it's really lofty to say, and I know there's a million other Austin moments. There's a million other moments with Austin, Rock, McMahon that I could go over. Great ones. Not saying they wouldn't be in my top 5 or top 10 ones, but this is probably my second favorite one because he's such a guilty pleasure of mine as a wrestling fan. You know, I just love his work, no matter if it's as a serious character, a killer, a funny guy. It's got to be the Milkomania with Kurt Angle in 2001. Like, him just dousing everybody in the milk truck is something, standing on top of that thing, pitching fucking the cartons at him and everything like that. How could you not love that moment and what it stood for? It just further proved how good and great Kurt Angle is.
Another guy that doesn't get enough, like, I'm getting to meet him soon, and I'm gonna thank him for the memories and stuff like that. Because, dude, I'm telling you, you talk about a guy that was fucking pure entertainment and took on to the wrestling business faster than anybody that has transitioned over from a different sport. Because collegiate wrestling is a different entity in itself. Mm-hmm. It's not the same at all, you know. So for Kurt Angle to come over and just take over the way he did, and how fast he came up and how fast he was in the main events. You know, he was funny when he was the Euro Intercontinental Champion, when he had the feud with the Big Show, and Big Show's handing out condoms in the fucking mall, and Kurt Angle's trying to say preach abstinence and shit.
Just singing with the cowboy hat on with Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, just come on. Like,
yeah,
Kurt Angle is so fucking good. I know we've talked about him a bunch on the shows through the years, but he's just such a fucking tremendous performer and so much fun. So,
Joey, I liked Boy Elroy too. Crash Holly, God rest his soul, man. He was entertaining.
He made that uninteresting doofus Bob Holly actually interesting. He was hilarious at Crash Holly was, you know, walking around with a scale and shit. Like, God.
Yeah.
Vince making the fake video playing for the doctor for JO surgery. Is that when they did Dr. Heine with him or something later on? Right to censor. Oh God, they were annoying. But yeah, when they canceled the Ho Train.
That was a downfall for me.
Richie was loving the Ho Train at that point in time in his young life. Right. Stone Cold joining Vince at WrestleMania. Good moment there. Big Boss. Oh, this is a great one, Ricky. Absolutely. Sorry, my language.
That's pretty funny.
Absolutely.
Big Boss man is another one, man. That just
this was
WCW,
the best work.
Trailer was the drizzling shits, but WWF Attitude Era Big Boss Man was great.
This was the best era of his career right here. Was this heel run that he had?
See, they should have put Bull Buchanan in Right to Censor. Big Boss Man would have fit perfectly in Right to Censor.
He would have been, but he was so good at this time, bro. Like he didn't need to be in anything else. Driving off with the Big Show's casket. How?
Not only that, when he pulled up with the bullhorn, he's a big old baby.
I was going to say, he's on a damn microphone talking. He's a deadbeat goddamn bum.
Big Boss man, Ray
bro,
trailer,
that
man.
Southern accent of his is saying it. You're a nasty bastard, and your mama said so. If you guys have never seen this, go back and I'm gonna watch it afterwards tonight. Go back and do yourself a favor.
The Big Show is a big old goddamn baby.
And then Big Show jumping on the casket and then getting hauled away with it. Yeah, knocked off of it. You want to know the best part about this scene is Bruce Pritchard's told this story before. So it was taped in a real fucking graveyard in, I think it was Houston, Texas, is where they did it, right outside of where he lives or something. So I think it was somewhere in Texas. And he goes on to tell this story. They didn't have any permission at all to be filming in this graveyard. When Vince pitches him the idea, he goes, "Hey, I want you to get on this. We're going to do a graveyard scene where the boss man maps it all out to him." And he's like, he goes, "Vince, what graveyard is going to sign off on this? That, you know, that they're going to let us do it?" He's like, "I don't care. Make it happen. You know, it's good shit, pal. Whatever."
Yeah.
So he said, Bruce said he had no time. He had to get right out there, fly on a plane, go to Houston, go pitch this thing, find the
that shit out of the park.
Yeah. Find this shit. And he said that they never knew that they were coming. And then when they were filming it at the end, they actually fucking saw what they were doing. And he said that they were pissed about it, of course. And then he said to everybody, "Pack it up." He goes, we had one shot to get it all in. Get out, no retakes. We're out of here. Get the fuck going, man. Yeah. That's tremendous, isn't it? Never again would something like that probably happen in the WWE. But at that point, that was the Wild West, man. Can you imagine?
Dude.
Go find a fucking graveyard, and we're gonna whip this casket that we're gonna get from Caskets R Us.
When he gets on the bullhorn, that's the best. It's a Big Show. He's a goddamn big baby.
Cry for me, baby. Big Boss Man's return to the WWE as Vince's bodyguard. I mean, yeah, let's not forget the epic moment where he got hung from the cage at WrestleMania. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Jesus. Oh, yeah. He fed Al Snow's dog to him and had a Kennel from Hell match with the fucking dogs.
Yeah, some legendary moments, dude. Oh God.
Ricky said, "Man, this has been a great show. Best one I've been a part
Right
of.
on,
Appreciate
man. We're
it."
glad.
Yeah,
It's a fun
absolutely.
environment.
We always have fun like this every week. I'm gonna
Jesus.
go back and smoke a joint before bed and go watch the Big Boss Man on repeat. Fucking doing that, bro. All right, give me another one, and then I'll hit you on my last one of the night. We'll close out on my last one. Give me one more for you.
Best moment of the Attitude Era, probably a legendary moment in itself that doesn't get enough appreciation, was when The Rock and Mick Foley went against each other in the empty arena match at Halftime Heat. At a time where Green Bay was going against the Denver Broncos, football was everything back then. You had Brett Favre versus John Elway, and what an epic story that was in itself. But for the WWF at the time, they were at an all-time high in ratings. They literally took loads of football fans at a halftime show away from the NFL to watch The Rock versus Mick Foley in an empty arena. I mean, that was a really highly rated segment. So, it was one of my favorites too, seeing Mick Foley, go against The Rock in the empty arena. They had some crazy spots in that. So, yeah.
Is Mick up in your top favorites of all time?
Mick is probably my top 5, and I'll say it because, his style of wrestling was one of my favorites. His storytelling, the way he was able to play 3 characters, sometimes even 4, and then on top of that, getting to meet Mick Foley, the person, was the cherry on top to all that, and getting to spend time with him and talk to him and realizing how cool and how humble and like having the realization of that's not a gimmick, that's who he is as a person, was even better for me. That my inner child, when I met him, was just, it was comforted,
I've never heard of a person say they met Mick Foley and didn't have a great experience.
Yeah. I mean, he was just so fun. Dude, that guy was so cool. Probably my favorite wrestler I've met of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Richie, I got to end strong here. This is my all-time favorite Attitude Era moment out of all the great ones. I know there's so many we didn't get to tonight. We'll do a part 2 in the near future for sure. So I know there's just so many of them here that we can discuss. And, this is one we'll revisit in the future for sure. But this is my all-time favorite moment. And it's not just because I love WCW, but it's when Degeneration X invaded WCW. And I'm even going to play the clip tonight. So I really don't care. I'll put the clip up, and if the YouTube gods don't like it, I have to delete it. So if you see this later on and it's deleted out, or there's a cut off in it, it's not from me, it's from YouTube. So just going to throw that out there. So let me put it on the screen here. So Six had just come back, aka X-Pac, and been back for a while. Here's the New Age Outlaws, which we were talking about earlier tonight. With I believe that was it Joey that mentioned that one earlier for the New Age Outlaws. Yeah. And they're just running at their peak right now, just the best stuff that they're doing. And there's the dissension with Hall and Nash being stuck there. They apparently had wanted to come back. WCW's taking a beating here now, basically. And DX is just going to rub fucking salt in the wounds, so to speak here. And, of course, we can't forget the late, great Chyna as well. She's in this one as well. So if you don't remember this one, or if you do, let's sit back.
Generation X, the only group in the world with the cojones.
All right.
What's funny about that is Triple H and X-Pac were actually friends with Hall and Nash, so you could tell that they were just living this shit up.
Oh, they were having the time of their friggin' life. The time of their friggin' life, man, they were having. I got to cut it, guys, because they're hitting me with some shit already. They just fucking knocked me off Facebook. So if I got knocked off Facebook, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. You put a clip up for a minute, and these idiots will be all over you for it. You got to love them. But if we're still live, great. If not, I'm sorry. That's why I never play with this stuff, because they always, tend to do this shit. It's like no matter what, man, they get you.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of, fucking idiots with this stuff. It's not like we're not doing it correctly, too. Yeah. We're talking with it. We're giving. I don't know how people get away with it, and some others, just don't get it.
Yeah.
Never understand that one, but lots of great discussions tonight, guys. We had a lot of fun discussing this all with you. We hope you had a great time with us tonight. Richie, you got any closing thoughts before we decide to depart for the evening, my friend?
Yeah, man, I can't wait to get in the cold season. We're going to be able to invest a little bit more time in this show. Hopefully have another show each night for you guys. We're having 2 shows coming up, so that'll be a good time making more content for you. We're trying to break into the TikTok market, so make sure you're following our WWR TikTok over there. We're probably going to turn mine into it as well, so we're going to convert it over. We're going to be going live on there, figuring that platform out, and streaming the PLEs and commenting on a lot of wrestling stuff in the future. Maybe some MMA stuff that we sprinkle in there. You never know. A lot of us are MMA fans. And there's going to be maybe a whole nother podcast down the road for mental health and stuff like that too. So we got a lot of stuff, a lot of content on the way, and you guys just keep enjoying it, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did get booted off of Facebook, by the way. So since we're not on Facebook right now, should we do it D-Generation X style to them and tell them to go suck
absolutely.
it? Yeah.
Absolutely, sucker fucker. We got 2 words for you.
Yeah. Bam, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You gotta love them, man. You gotta love them, bro. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate it. So for anybody, if you that's watching this on YouTube later on, we got the boot from Facebook for playing literally a minute clip and doing commentary over it.
Is it going to ban us for a week or 2?
No, it's still up there. They just cut our stream.
Nice.
Dude, there's people that literally broadcast people's entire fucking shows and copyright them.
2 words for you, Zuckerberg. Suck it.
Like we got in trouble as a kid. Fuck them, man.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Let my people go.
Yeah. Free WWR.
Mark Zuckerberg, he's just a big old fucking baby.
Goddamn baby. You're like your dead daddy.
Yeah.
We need to call up Christian Cage.
Right.
Oh, they deleted the whole show? Go figure. It doesn't matter anyways.
Awesome.
That's why we're trying to get away from them anyways, because they literally delete the streams, the live stream, they delete it.
Yeah. We literally played Hulk Hogan's song in the intro, and they took the whole fucking show down.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I was able to get it fucking reversed on them when they did that shit originally. But then they just blow you out, so it's not going to even get noticed. Whatever, fuck them. It's all good. That's why we have a YouTube for a reason, so that's the beauty of it. YouTube, at least if they don't like it, they'll just delete it out 99% of the time and just take it out, the part. But fuck them. We'll see. All right, guys. We'll have a great topic for you next week. Maybe we'll go back to the guilty confessions. Maybe we'll do another topic. We haven't decided yet. But we'll be back next week. So for Richie, I am John. We are out of here. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. We thank you for your time, and we thank you for joining us. Make sure to follow and like the page. All that good stuff. We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of the week. For Richie, I'm John once again. We'll see you later.